another one of these driving videos, or whatever the hell you want to call it. This one I'm going to Pahrump. Never thought to make a video like this until now. I just wanted to make another video and didn't know what to make, so this is the idea I came up with at the last second. Because I don't know where to explore, and it's probably going to be hotter than hell today, so I'd rather be inside an air-conditioned car making a video than walking around in 100-something degree heat. An asshole and an excursion, and they tore the part that said excursion off, and they don't even have a plate on the back, and I caught the whole thing on video, so now everybody gets to see the asshole and the excursion that tore off the excursion. They stopped making those for a reason. Because nobody wanted to admit to driving an excursion. Probably. I know those things drink the hell out of gas. Fill it up and drive around the block and you're already out of gas again, from what I heard about them. It's probably why they're in such a hurry. They got to get to the gas station. I started filming way out here is because I wanted to make a longer video than what I've been making, because some of my videos have been really short. I'm not using the apps anymore because I was trying to film with them the other day when we went to Rhyolite and Beatty and all that, and for some reason I started having issues where the apps were, like, I would be trying to film and the apps automatically just stopped recording on their own, so passing Ash Meadows, and there's a dry lake over there, but well, you can kind of see it in the video. That whole thing over there is like a dry lake bed over there, but there's no way to get up to that because I tried already and there's nothing. I couldn't find a trail or anything to get back in there. Unless you have an ATV, you're not going to be able to get over there, and I don't really have one that I can use, so that's not an option. like about this road is how narrow it is. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but this road is really narrow. And there's a ton of sharp curves. And people fly down this road going way too fast. Trails and everything where you can ride your bikes and ATVs and all that type of stuff too over here. And there's a lot of old wagon trails through here too from the 1800s. And of course there's an old redneck shooting range over here too, but I'm not going to show you that because there's only one vehicle there right now, and they're way the hell over there, and I don't think I would be able to catch them on camera. They're too far away. Supposedly there's I think it's farther in towards town, there's a lion that lives in these mountains. Could be right here, but I think it's farther in towards town. Time the lion was someone's pet, and I guess it got too big or something, and they just released it. Into the mountains over here, and supposedly the people that live around here, they'll feed the lion, coyotes, and stuff like that wander onto their property. And I guess the lion, when it hears a gunshot or something, it knows it's time to eat. That's the story that we've been told, so. Talking about a mountain lion, I'm talking about an actual king lion, or whatever you want to call it. Huh?
African.
Oh, it's an African lion. I just call them king lions because it's the male lion. If it was a female, it would be a lioness. And these people are weird. They just keep adding random shit to their property.
That's Mount Charleston in front of us. Highest peak in Nevada.
And that's Mount Charleston straight in front of us. I'm surprised that you can actually see that, but iPhone has a really good camera on it, so I shouldn't be surprised anymore. But I've caught things on here that I never thought I would catch on. any camera, because the iPhone camera is more powerful than any of the cameras that I have, I think. These places are like, they do like the same thing that that guy on that show Counting Cars does. They buy old cars and fix them up and sell them. And I'm pretty sure that the guys from Counting Cars have been there before, because we went past there one time and I thought I saw them walking around on their lot. So these people have been building this compound for a long time, and they're just now almost done with it. They have like 5 houses and a bunch of buildings and garages, and there's the carnival, people. Former carnies, I should say. That's the worst possible job you could ever have, and I know from personal experience, because I worked for Carnival in Los Angeles. We traveled around all over Southern California, and that job sucked. So when I worked that job, we lived in a really bad area, and I walked to the convenience store, which was like a block away, and I was walking through the convenience store parking lot and saw a guy get shot in the head. Wasn't too long after that I quit that job, because I didn't want to be next to get shot in the head. Because the people that I worked with in that carnival were crazy. And one of them was a skinhead, raging racist. And I know this because I can't remember if we were putting the ride together or taking the ride down. I just remember we were doing something to one of the rides. And one of the guys that was working with us was let's put it this way, he was something other than white. And the skinhead guy, who I didn't know at the time, but found out later, he was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. And just the simple fact that other guy was not white, and the guy talked to me, that pissed off the guy who was a racist so bad, I guess, that he picked up a metal pipe and went after the other guy with it. And then one of our other co-workers, who was a black guy, had to break up the fight. I didn't know what the hell was even going on. That caught me by surprise, to the point where I was just standing there like, what in the hell? So yeah, I didn't even react because I didn't understand what was going on, because the guy he attacked had just been talking to me, and he walked away to go do something else, and then that racist guy chased after him with a metal pipe. And then the racist guy got arrested. And then after that, I found out that the racist guy was in the Aryan Brotherhood, and that I was working with other people in the Aryan Brotherhood, because after that happened, one of the other guys that I was working with asked me what happened, and and I explained that the skinhead guy went after the other guy, and then one of our other co-workers had to break up the fight. And the only reason what I found out was the only reason that the skinhead guy didn't do anything to the black guy was because the black guy was in a relationship with a white lady who I guess the skinhead guy was really good friends with or something. They considered themselves to be family or something. So that's the only reason the skinhead guy didn't try to attack the black guy. So, yeah. It was a whole thing, and like I said, working for carnivals is not a good job because the pay sucks and you have to deal with a bunch of crazy people most of the time, or pretty much all the time, whether it's people you might be working with or people who go to the carnival. And yeah, and it's not fun when you're working a job like that and the rides come apart, especially when you're running like one of those little kiddie rides. I had that happen twice, which is another reason I quit working for that carnival, because their rides were not safe. I literally had to catch some of the kids one time because the ride came apart while it was still running. And another time, the ride wouldn't stop. It was one of those ones that spins around in a circle really fast, and yeah. By the time we finally got the ride to stop, every single person on it was sick. They got off the ride and they were staggering everywhere. They couldn't even walk straight. Some of the people got off the ride and immediately fell on their ass. Some of the other people got off the ride and they were covered in puke. One of the people that was riding it got off the ride and they had shit themselves because the spinning around and around and around and around really fast like that for really long, because I think it took us like half an hour, 45 minutes to finally get the ride to stop, because something was screwed up in the wiring to where the off switch didn't work. So it took us way too long to get the ride to stop, and by the time we finally did get it to stop, everybody on it had gotten sick. And I'm surprised they didn't sue the owner of the carnival for that. And if they did, I didn't hear about it, but because, like I said, I didn't work there long. I quit because it was not a safe environment to work in. And the pay that's one of the worst jobs I ever had in my life. I was talking to my grandpa one time, and I told him the name of this town. I don't know if he was just trying to be a smart ass or if he really didn't hear me or what the deal was, but I said Pahrump and he thought I said my rump, so he thought the name of this town was my ass or something. Started making all these smart ass jokes about it and said, why the hell would someone name a town after their ass and all this kind of stuff like that. And
it's a native word.
I know that, but he didn't. I tried to explain that, but he thought he was being funny. do. I don't.
What in the world did they do to their car?
Who?
Guy in the Nissan.
I didn't see it because I was trying
Front
to.
was ripped off.
Come on, light. Come on, people. This town has several casinos. The Nugget, Gold Town, Saddle West, Terribles, which I don't like Terribles, Lakeside, and there were a couple of other ones that used to be here, but now they're closed, and I think both of those are for sale now. There's one here on this road, I think, and I forgot where the other one was, but I saw listings for both of the other ones that used to be open, but no longer are. Missouri.
Oh, okay.
The only casino in this town that I really ever liked was Saddle West. The first time I went to Nugget, I did okay, but I've done okay a couple times, but never really. I had a day at Saddle West where I did really good, but Saddle West is really the only one here that I've ever done any good at, as far as like walking out with more than what I walked in with. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a beat up van just turned the corner, and they had "Jesus died for you" spray painted across the bottom of it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I think we still got it. No, we're almost there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video because we're almost to where we're going for the first stop here in town. So bunch of crazy people lined up to buy fireworks.
They're mostly from Clark County.
Vegas residents coming over here to buy fireworks.
And they're illegal there.
Hopefully they don't blow their hands off or something.